Vegito! Let me show you how far more you can go.
It's in this one. I'm going to be breaking down LF Revival Super Gogeta's full kit here. Has been posted over on the DBL Twitter page less than an hour ago. I'm kind of just waking up and I thought, why not give you guys my initial thoughts on his full kits. Don't think they're going to have any stats. They never really dropped the full, thing, but it will pretty much have his entire kits that we can break down and analyze before the character does drop in the next reset here. So we're not going to waste any time. This is the link right here. Make sure to drop a like in the video and subscribe if you guys are new here. And we got LF Pikkon. By the way, you got me. They got me. If you guys haven't seen the reaction, they definitely got me here. But I'm pretty excited. I hope, obviously, he's a really good tank, given they did make him a defense type. Not really a huge fan of that because of lower stats. Defense type, not really being defensive types. Give him some defensive prowess. Give him some disrupt abilities. He is a green character. His tags are Otherworld Warrior, Saiyan, Super Saiyan's Fusion, Fusion Warrior, and he's episodes from the sagas from the movies. This is all going to be pre-transformation or pre-revival. And on main ability, he draws a special arts card next. So green card, restores own ki by 30. 30% to damage inflicted for 30 counts. It's not bad. It's 15 timer counts to pop the main. It's not bad. -5 to own arts cost for 15 timer counts. Applies attribute upgrade, shortens substitution count by 2 to self for 15 counts. That's pretty good. Maybe he's going to be a lot like the Revival Gohan, where he has a lot of sub count manipulation before his Revival does proc. But his Z ability here is catered to sagas from the movies, Saiyans, and Fusion Warriors. Once you get him to that, I believe, 6-star mark, you're getting that Fusion Warriors buff. Okay, I mean, that's pretty much all the tags you really want him in, and he's a base strike and blast defense Z ability. You know how those be, but 3% to special move, so pure special move damage inflicted for sagas from the movies. That's actually really good. So I'm assuming that he's going to be focused on sagas from the movies other than the Saiyans and Fusion Warriors tag. It kind of makes sense. I would have kind of thought it would have been like a little bit more focused to fusions, but it is a sagas from the movies campaign. And yeah, we're going to scroll down here. So this is a special move for Pikkon. Deals massive impact damage, 30% to special move damage inflicted for 3 timer counts, and inflicts all enemies with 3 substitution counts on hit. So more sub count manipulation. His green card randomly draws 1 new card, restores ki by 30, charges his own unique gauge by 15%, activates 3 times. So you're building up that gauge. He has a gauge pre-revival. And you're able to build that up with the green. Applies absolute upgrade. -20% to enemy sustained damage cut effects to self. That's pretty good. So you're building that. Destroys one of your enemy's strike cards. Also applies the following effects to enemy according to the number of timer or times special arts card. You stupid stinking barrier. Wow. Is used 2 or more times. So destroys 1 blast arts card and 3 or more times destroys 1 special move. Okay, so just would call that a bit of, disrupting. Okay. I mean, that's kind of what we were looking for here, right? Just a little bit of that. So when he does revive, he gains 100% of his health, which is amazing. I don't think it should be any other way, honestly, depending on the character and whatnot. But 100% to health with revive is great. Because you don't want to be staying in that pre-revival state forever, or like relying on like half your HP. Kind of like Revival Gohan doesn't revive to full. But applies volume effects to self when the battle starts. He starts with 90% to damage inflicted, can be canceled. Reduce damage received by 50%, cannot be canceled. Arts card draw speed, can be canceled. Starts card draw speed, great. 50% to key recovery. Applies the following effects to self per sagas the movie's battle member other than this character in the party. 15% to damage inflicted, yep. So basically, they want to hold you on sagas from the movies. Like I said, they're focusing a little bit more. So if you're on sagas, you're getting a little bit of a damage buff there by 15%. So that is going to be something there. What the heck is this bite? Oh my god, I was bit. Where was I bit? Yo. Effects. That was random. Effect resets upon revival. Okay, so resets. Reduces damage received by 5%. Cannot be canceled. Effects. Okay. Effects resets upon revival. Positive volume effects to self. When this character enters the battlefield, restores ki by 20, and he's getting 40% to damage inflicted. Okay, this is some pretty nice damage inflicted right off the start of the gate. Decent. Applies the volume effects to self when this character performs a vanishing step. Draws a special arts card next. Okay, so restores own health by 5%, and 20% to blast damage inflicted. Is he going to be blast-centric? I mean, they did just drop an Awaken Pure for blast, and why is he getting blast damage? So, Fusion Warriors, man, or like this guy, for anyone, all the Fusion mains that wanted to, you know what I'm saying? I have a huge feeling they're going to really lock this guy behind some blast, right? Some blast range type stuff. I mean, obviously he's a defensive type, but he's going to have maybe be blast focus is what I'm thinking. Shorten zone sub count by 2 when the enemy activates special move, arts, or ultimate arts, awaken arts, rising rush while this character's on standby. Okay, so more sub count manipulation, kind of like what I was saying with the revival Gohan thing. A lot of ways to reduce sub count. This is his second unique here, so he has a cover change for strike arts, comboable with blue cards. Plasma affects 2 enemy when changing cover, randomly destroys 1 card, reduces ki by 20, inflicts aptitude downgrade, -1 to card draw speed level for 10 counts. So that debuff there is nice. Applies the following effects to self when the enemy performs a cover while his character's on the battlefield. He's getting 20% to strike damage inflicted here? Okay, that's interesting. Draws a special arts, restores ki by 20. Positive effects to self after enemy attack is over, -5 to strike and blast arts cards for 15 timer counts. 20% to special move damage. So he's building up pretty much all his stats. Strike, blast, blue card. He's getting more card draw speed. Slowly charges his own unique gauge over time while this character's on the battlefield or on standby. So it's just, you know, it's building up naturally. Volume effects occur once unique gauge is full. He restores allies other than this character's health by 15%. And you get 15% to damage inflicted by allies. Cannot be canceled. So I'm assuming you want to get this buff before you revive. So you definitely want to fill up that gauge before he revives. I think that's how it's going to work. You want to get that buff right before he dies and revives. Kind of like Gohan. You want to pop his main ability before he revives. So you can get that 15% to damage that cannot be canceled. And you're restoring allies' health, all that stuff. But he does have damage focused to Sagas from the movies here. I wonder if that's going to carry on to the Gogeta side. It does say resets, but I wonder if this side is going to be catered to movies as well. So this is the main ability for Gogeta here. Draws a special move, so draws a blue card on main. Draws a special move. Yeah, special move. Draws a blue card on main. Restores own health by 20%. Ki by 50. 50% to next special move damage inflicted. Okay. Doesn't that the green Super Gogeta have that also? The Zenkai one? I could be wrong. But -10 to own special move arts cost. I mean, I'm not complaining. It's an okay main ability. You're getting a, you know, a massive blue card damage dealing hit. He does have blast armor, which is great. Blast restores own ki by 10, which is kind of neat. Blue card deals massive impact damage, applies volume effects to self, 30% to special move damage for 3 timer counts. He nullifies endurance on blue card, which is kind of expected given he doesn't have an ultimate. So he's kind of like Orange Piccolo, Revival Gohan, like pretty much majority of the revival characters, or specifically the LF revival characters that do that, right? They do not have an ultimate, so it's embedded in the kit's pretty nice to have a move that nullifies endurance, and it's going to be on the blue. Inflicts enemy with attribute downgrade, plus 22 all arts cost for 5 timer counts on hits. Okay. It is green here. Restores own ki by 50. 20% to damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. 30% to the next strike or a blast damage inflicted. Okay. Applies only effects. No. Okay, so he gets cover null on green. Easy, consistent cover null on green is great. Cancels on attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions. Nullifies own attribute downgrades and abnormal conditions for 30 timer counts. Wow. The reading 8 ton when you wake up is like totally a Dragon Ball thing. But applies the volume effects to self upon revival. 50% to damage inflicted. Reduces damage received by 10%. So you're pretty much keeping everything from the first side, right? You're getting another 50% to damage inflicted. 40% to ki recovery. I'm not sure how much damage we're at this point. I'm pretty sure he's at a really good amount. But he nullifies unfavorable element factors for damage sustained. Damn. So no offensive neutral. But he is taking type neutral damage for 30 timer counts upon revival. So there's no like Go Frieza coming here like one combo with him. He's just going to be a type neutral character. I'm hoping like he's going to be able to tank everything. And but it doesn't seem like they're going to give him a type neutral for offense, which just kind of sucks. Kind of like, I'm trying to think of a character that does. But applies volume effects to self every time this character uses a strike or uses a strike card specifically. You're getting 10% to strike damage inflicted for 10 counts. So you're building that up. And 10% to special move damage inflicted for 10 timer counts. This is only after using a strike. Oh, so he's like a balanced character. Okay, so he's building up his blast and his strike. Every time he uses a blast card, he's building up his blast damage, overall blast damage inflicted, and the strike is the same thing with the strike premise. But whether you use a strike or blast, you're just building up that blue card damage. Wow. That's a really good abilities. The following effects occur upon landing a strike or blast arts hit. -2 to own strike or blast arts cards. Cost for 10 timer counts. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade. -5 to strike and blast arts power for 10 counts. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade. -15% to special move arts power for 15 or for 10 timer counts. The following effects occur if own remaining health is 50% or after being hit by an enemy attack while this character is on the battlefield. So once you like get halfway of your health, you're restoring own health by 15 and reduces enemy ki by 15. Nice little disrupt thing right there. You know, disrupting the ki and you're healing. It's okay. I'm assuming there's going to be an ability for his gauge here. Hopefully it's not locked behind that first life. I don't see anything here. Oh, no, it is here. Okay. That'd be a little bit weird, right? They didn't transition that gauge over. But knocks enemy back to long range if cover change is performed against their strike art. So he still has a strike cover post-revival. Very slowly charges his own unique gauge over time while this character is on the battlefield or on standby. It's the same premise. Pre-revival, the following effects occur once unique gauge is full or upon revival if it is already full. Okay. So if it's already full, I'm assuming it stays full. Yeah, I'm assuming it stays full. We'll have to see. 50, so you get a nice 50% to damage inflicted. It's kind of great. -20% to own special move. So it's reducing the cost for special move. You're getting card draw speed by 1 level for 30 timer counts. So, I believe we already have an 8 card draw speed. So, that's double card draw, if I'm not mistaken. Because he gets it pre-revival. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade. -30% to health restore for 30 timer counts. Inflicts all enemies with attribute downgrade. Okay, so a lot of debuffs here. A lot of debuffs. Crit, -crit rate, -Q recovery, -health restore. And then applies the following effects to self if there are 2 defeated battle members when this character enters the... Okay, so if he's last man standing, he gets 20% to his special move. Or, yeah, when he enters the battlefield or upon revival. So you lose your last, you know, if you're about to be last man standing, you're getting 20% to your special move damage, -5 to strike and blast arts costs, and applies the buff effect, nullify enemy special actions that activate when changing. Okay, so you get another way to cover, or, with cover null. Nice. So you get cover null on last man standing for 10 counts, but you just get it easily on the green card as well. So, wait, do you get it here? Yeah, you do. So, pretty good cover null. I don't know. I feel like this is a really good kit, but I thought it would be better. With just the nature and the history that they do revival characters, right? I see some, you know, apparently he's not locked behind movies post-revival, which is great. There's not like an ability where it's giving him damage inflicted if he's not on a movies tag, so it's really just for the Pikkon side. And there's not like that many great defensive, like, I mean, there's a lot of debuffs going on here. Some disrupt. I thought it would be like just a tiny bit better. He seems very offensive. They tend to do this with defense characters, where it's like they still build them for offense, right? Either by debuffing a character or just giving him a lot of damage inflicted, build up, stuff like that. So he has a lot of offensive prowess, but no offensive neutral. He has type or type neutral defense on entry post revival here for how long? He has it for 30 timer counts. He's going to be type neutral, which is kind of good. It looks good. This kit looks really, really good. Don't get me wrong. We got to see the stats, how they're looking like. I said they're typically lower here, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. You know, this is the pre-Legends Festival bait, so, you know, depending on, like, how this guy is, it's pretty important if you want to, you know, you want to summon. I know he's hyping everything. People are probably going to summon regardless of it, but you guys remember how Orange Piccolo was? It's like, people summoned for him and then were really, really disappointed when they were like, oh, this guy's extremely underwhelming. My final thoughts here are going to be that I don't want to say this is like a mid-release, but you guys definitely have to consider that Legends Fest is right there. You know, I said this before, but this is what you guys are putting in your crystals into before the next, like, you know, inevitable power creep, right? He might be really good on drop. He's going to be on the boost system. All that good stuff here. But if we compare, I believe, going back to the ability here on Pikkon, this reminds me of an ability that LF Piccolo does have, that he shortens his sub count by, I believe it's 5, when an enemy rising rushes. I don't know if it's for every other ability here, like, or every other attack, which is like special move, awaken, all that stuff. But on rising rush, he, you know, has sub count manipulation by like 5 counts. 2 counts is like what is minus 2 counts gonna do? Minus 2 counts gonna do, I'm just, you know, I don't know, maybe it'll do a lot, maybe it'll come in clutch or whatever. One other thing that I noticed is that his this ability right here, post revival, is that his type neutral defense is cancelable. So the ability that he gets for the once right here, everything here is uncancelable except that ability where he goes type neutral defense. Why is that cancelable? Hello? That's, you know, that's concerning. You know, when summoning on units like this, it's like you want them to age good. I was just saying it. It's like LF Piccolo. Like, people are really hype. He might seem really good on drop, and then people will come to realize that he is extremely underwhelming and all that stuff. So I wish he had disrupted a little bit more. I wish he had better sub count manipulations. He does get it from other areas, obviously, right? We've seen it in other areas. He does get a sub count manipulation, but I wish there was, like, you know, better key disrupts, more constant disruption. Hopefully his stats make up for it. You know, he looks good though. He looks good overall. Let me know in the comment section, what do you guys think of the kit? If you guys plan on summoning, and if you guys are waiting for the stats, like, what are your initial thoughts on this? But mine, a little bit, I don't want to say disappointed, but definitely could be better. And yeah, I'm still going to summon. It's still going to be really hype, and he's still going to be a great asset. It's just, will he live up to the hype is the question, right? Make sure to drop a like and a sub. I'll see you guys in the very next one. Stay frosty, and I'm out.
Up all night, so you don't wanna wait on me. I'm about to catch my flight, so you don't gotta wait on me.